Hey everybody, Garcia here, and today we're going to be collecting toys, collecting stocking stuffers, and even Christmas tree ornaments in Holly Jolly. In this little card game, you are going to be decorating a Christmas tree, a common Christmas tree on the table for all the players. On your turn, you'll take a card, you'll play it, and then based on the numerical value of what you played, you are going to collect something. That something can be an ornament on the tree. It can be a toy across the bottom of the tree that is face up. You know what you're getting. It could be a stocking stuffer, and you don't know what you're getting. You have to take that card and hope it's something good, not a lump of coal. Or maybe even the star at the very top of the tree. At the end of the game, of course, the most points is going to be the winner of the game. Very cute. So let's go ahead and take a look at how it works. I'll show you on the table, and I'll see you on the other side. So here we've got the game set up and ready to go. The players are going to be taking turns, acquiring ornaments from the tree, acquiring gifts, which are these cards here, as well as stocking stuffers. You don't know what you're going to get from those until you take them. And trying to have the most points at the end of the game. The game's going to be over when we run out of either ornaments or we run out of these gifts and stocking stuffers, which are shuffled together. So on your turn, there's 3 of these cards flipped up, and there's 3 here. They come in 2 different kinds, right? We've got the lights over here. We've got these. You are going to take one of them, and you are going to cover up one of the 3 that are showing. So, for example, let's say I choose this one on my turn here, and I cover up anything. It doesn't have to match, but let's say I cover up this one here. Then I'm going to count the total of the kind I just played. So right now, all 3 are the same kind. They're the lights, so it's 7, 8, 9. I am going to take an ornament from the tree that matches that number. So right now, I could take the little wooden horse right here, or I could take that snowflake there. If I take the wooden horse, it tells me the value here that you take it with. It tells me the victory points. And then the horsies here have a special ability. The Santas also have a special ability. You would do that immediately. If I take one of these, I'm trying to collect a set. The cards will score based on how many I've got of that kind. Same thing for these little fellas here. And then the little snowman, if I have the most at the end, each one's worth 4 points. Otherwise, each one's worth 2 points. So I'm going to go ahead and take the wooden horse. It says take an ornament from the tree. So I'm going to take that, and I'm also going to take this one right here, because the horse lets me do that. So I grab those, and then we will replenish both the ornaments on the tree, like so. And I'm going to replenish this over here, so that the next player can take their turn. And then the next player would go. So the next player might, for example, take this one here and cover something up with it. Maybe they'll cover that. And that's the only card of its kind, so the total is 4. And they could take something out here that has a 4. Now let's say, for the sake of the example, they could take this one or this one right now. Let's say there are no 4s out here. When nothing out there matches, then instead you take something from below the tree. If it's between 0 and 5 is the total, then you take one of these. If it's 6 or more, then you take one of these. And those will also be replenished before the next player's turn. Like I said, if you take a stocking stuffer here, you don't know what you're going to get. You just take one, and you can look at it and see how many points it's worth, but you don't know what you're getting. And also, some of them are going to be coal. They're going to be bad. These cards are shuffled together, so the gifts and the stocking stuffers come up in a random order, like I said. And so let me just flip these over. You'll see some are going to be coal, which is nothing. So 0 points for that. Now there's also animals here, stuffed animals, and you want to have different sets of these. So for example, if I have one of the little elephants and a little bear, those 2 together, that's 5 points. If I get the other kind, there's 3 kinds, then I am going to get, that's the little bunny here, I'm going to get 15 points for the set, okay? So that's how that works. There's also a little choo-choo train, and if you have the locomotive and the caboose, then both together are at 8 points. Either one alone is nothing. So you want to try to collect both of those, all right? And that's basically it. Also, if you have 11 exactly, you can take a star from the top, but everybody can only do that once. So if you achieve 11 again and you've already got one of those, then instead you just take something from the 6+ side over here. That's that. So you play a card into one of these spots. You check the total of the kind you just played. You'll take one of these. If one of them matches, you have to take one if one of them matches. If none of them match, then you'll take from here or from here. Then we replenish all of these, and we keep going. End of the game happens, like I said, when one of these two piles runs out, and then you add up all your victory points. Whoever has the most victory points, and that's the corner down here, is going to, of course, win the game. That's pretty much all there is to it. Very simple, very straightforward. Let's go ahead and go back up top. Let me tell you what I think of it. Holly Jolly here has one very big thing going for it, and that is that it is incredibly charming. And I think that's my biggest positive, really, for this game. It is just so adorable, so charming, so warm and welcoming that I find it, to a certain degree, kind of a disarming game. Is it perfect? No. The replayability, I think, is a little weak, but overall, I find it very enjoyable. It's one that I'll be hanging on to, and something that I think is going to come out during the holidays, okay? So let's talk about it, shall we? From the very top here, the theme. As I said, it's beautiful. It's gentle. The way it comes across is very warm and loving, and that works for me. The aesthetics. That retro look is lovely, is very well done. It has the look and feel and appearance of an heirloom sort of game. Again, it feeds into the package of this being something that you put in your closet, and it comes out during the holidays, goes back in the closet, comes out next year, becomes a holiday tradition almost, right? Replay value is my, one of my dings, like I said. It can get a little bit samey, the game. It does have what it needs to be, like I said, kind of a classic, because you likely won't be playing this all the time. If it's a yearly recurrence, or you play a few times during the holidays, then that's fine. If you play this all the time, I think it can get samey. Game arc. It starts a little weak, but once you've claimed your stake in a few different things, now then the game's on, right? At that point, you've decided you're collecting whatever, the little soldiers, and now when those come up, then you're making sure that you can figure out how to take those, ramp up those points. I like the tricksiness of the stocking stuffers. I like that idea of getting something you're not quite sure what it's going to be. That can be really fun. And I like the special abilities. So the game arc is interesting. It becomes more fun as you play, and as you, like I said, stake your claim in a few different things. The ease of play, very good, very smooth turns. Everything makes sense. Everything is easy to explain, easy to teach and play. And then lastly, tactics, luck, and strategy. Gets a little bit of a ding also. I think the game has a decent amount of luck. You are replacing several cards in a turn, something you took from the tree, for example, and one of the face-up cards that you'll take and add to the tree to give you your total number. So you can't always plan. It might be a little bit more of a strategic game if the players perhaps had a hand of cards and you could control that a little bit more. I think that would be too much, honestly, for this game. It's a very light, quick little charming thing. I don't necessarily want to turn this into a big strategic game, but it is lucky, and you can just sort of get lucky with the cards that get flipped, and you take a look and go, hey, look at that. That thing I wanted just came up, and that card you just flipped is perfect to take it with. Boom. That happened. So be aware of that, okay? That's the kind of game this is. But having said all of that, I do recommend it. I think it absolutely can be that kind of holiday game. There's not a lot of those. There's a few of them that have this theme and are this charming, but there's not that many, and this is certainly one of them in my opinion. So there you go. This is going to get from me a 7 out of 10. That means it gets a seal of approval, and perhaps it'll become a classic in your household as well, something you can bring out cyclically once a year and enjoy with the family. So there you go. That is Holly Jolly. Very cute little card game. Thanks everybody for checking this out with me. I appreciate it. My name is Z Garcia. I'll see you on the next one.